see here. I don't see any at the moment. I don't have the studio running, so it's hard to tell, but yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see anything on the screen telling me that there's like a flash challenge, or is usually how they say it. So yeah, there's nothing going on there. It's all good though. I'm probably gonna turn TikTok off here in a minute. I don't know whether to kind of want to sign up for this race, you know. The only reason why I don't want to do it is because it's 3:47 now, and that's at 3:13, so it's like almost another 15 minutes. And part of me is thinking like, okay, do I really even want to be on the bike that long today? And I don't. Because, you know, I can still ride it like it's just a ride. I don't have to race it, you know? In 10 minutes. I don't think I can finish it in 10 minutes. I'm just gonna stick with the plan, just do the ride. Just do the ride. It's less stress. Less stress. You know what, I meant to do something today and I forgot. I found out apparently there is a setting on the Watt Bike, and so I gotta have the Watt Bike app, which it's on my iPad. I suppose I should install it on my phone. But apparently there's a erg mode smoothing option that you have to turn on. And it mitigates that issue that I have where it doesn't feel like in erg mode where it stays smooth, where it fluctuates a lot. So I have to check to see if I even have that on. I want to say I don't have it on. There's one thing I do notice when I do erg mode is that it seems like it fluctuates a lot. No, you can't. I already know that part. That would be cool if these here would integrate, right? Because right now they do nothing. Even the left one does nothing. It's all on the right. Now I could tell it that I want it to be up and down shifting to be these top buttons instead. You know, like I can tell this one up and this one down. But I'm so used to it just being these two right here on my finger. Right here. Do-do-do-do. These ones right here. Right here, see? 1, 2, 3, right on the ball. So I can tell it I want to do these, or I could even do one on, like up on this one and down on this one, or, you know, like the tops. But I'm just so used to these two right here being, because I can feel them with my fingers. They're not obnoxiously large, but you can definitely feel them, you know, so my fingers generally always on them when I'm like in the groove and going. Yeah, you should. I would think you would, but yeah, I mean, how hard would that be to do? Say, like I use these bottom. Let's see, maybe this one and this one for steering, and this one here for braking, maybe, and these two for shifting. I'm sure it could. It's just not going to integrate. That's all there is to it. Wishful thinking. I've actually been on these roads in Richmond, Virginia. All right. Hey, Power Karma the other day. Hang on, I can't read. Wearing white shorts and pure white shorts looks cool. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I like to wear the white sometimes. You know, one of my racing teams that I used to ride for had a couple of combinations. They had the black with the pink and the white with the pink. So I am fond of the white. I like wearing the white. Really liked wearing the white one back in the day when I was, you know, obviously racing a lot more, much more lean, muscles bulging out everywhere. So the white looked really good on when you're nice and trim and lean and fit. You know. I got that same brand of short in kind of like a what's that green called? Those are my words here. Well, anyways, I got a plum colored. I got like a navy blue. I got black. I got white. I got this green. It's kind of like a, I want to call it a military green, but it's not really a military green. I don't know if that's the right color. You know, we haven't talked about wrestling since I haven't seen you live for a while. Yeah. You're still wrestling with the lady? Alright, fans going on. Officially hot. Bobby, what's up? How you doing? Oh, we're doing all right today. First day on the bike in 4 days. 4 days, yeah. Hadn't been feeling so great the last 4 days, but we're gonna try to take a chill ride today. Just kind of. I almost joined the race, but I was like, you know what? Just stick to the plan. Take it easy. I don't always need to race. I don't always need to go hard. I don't always need to go fast. I just need to pedal. So here I am. I stuck with the plan. That's why I am in 188th place out of 211. So I try not to let my ego get wrapped up in like, I gotta be in the front. So I'm just gonna pedal. I'm just gonna chill. I do feel pretty good, I'll say that, but it's just best to chill, stay smart. I'm not always my own best advocate. I already rode for 30-35 minutes before this, so baby, it's cold ass out, is right. It's actually kind of nice out though, right? Isn't it? I know I went out earlier and did some work in the driveway and it seemed like it wasn't too bad. Where's my weather? Oh, there it is. Yeah, 57 and sunny. I know. I didn't change the title. I probably should have changed it. That was actually the title from the last stream when it was like 20 degrees outside. It's like no one will notice. Like, somebody noticed. This guy. Dude. This guy's cruising. Sometimes I have to pay that guy attention, yeah. Oh my gosh. What's with all these little 4% little bursts? I just want to hold one gear and that's it. Here's another one. see what happens. A lot of these people I'm catching are more than likely people that were like in that front group going hard, trying to keep up. You know? Not looking forward to that climb in the end. I just keep looking at it over and over and over. Ah! Oh boy, here's a sprint. We're gonna leave it alone. Leave it alone. I do know that to take that one, you gotta hold pretty much close to 600 to 700 watts for almost an entire minute. So since I'm coming back from 4 days of not being on the bike, we're gonna play it smart. We're gonna let it alone. Leave it be. It's not a hard one to take, because a lot of people are not willing to commit to that. It's like it's under. Well, we'll see. My last time will come up here. I believe it will. We'll see. If it hasn't yet. Or no, maybe. Yeah, because I think mine was in the opposite direction. So. But still, it's the same sprint. You really gotta commit to a high amount of watts. Like, be willing to start out for a good portion of it at like around 700, 800, and then by the time you're coming to the end of it, you're tapering off to close to 500. Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine is in the opposite direction. Yeah, exactly. You gotta know like how to start it and when to like kind of like ramp up the power through it. Looks like there's like 3 more sprints. Maybe we'll try one along the way. Maybe 1 or 2 a try. Kind of need to. I got new pedals. Well, they're not new pedals. They're old new pedals on the bike. I'm wearing some different shoes today. I'm actually wearing a pair of my older racing shoes instead of these ones that I got for indoor cycling. I got these because these are like mostly mesh and breathable for indoor. But these have the Keo cleat on it. And I'm getting ready to sell my power meter pedals that I took off this bike that are essentially just, I'm just they're they're not being used, so I might as well sell them. So I just put a regular pair of Shimano 105 SPDSLs, and instead of switching the cleats over, hang on a sec. Oh, come on. So instead of switching the cleats over, which I will eventually, I was like, well, I'll just go grab, I got like 3 pairs of racing shoes over there in the bench where I keep all my get ready gear. So I just grabbed the oldest pair of racing shoes I had, and they're, because all my bikes are, for Shimano pedals. So it would be worth, I don't know, trying out the pedals in a sprint. We'll see. I'm still trying to remind myself that I need to be smart today about my ride. Don't go hard. Well, look at these people are all of a sudden catching up to me. What is going on? People are moving. How are they going so fast and they're only doing like 1.3, 1.5 watts per kilo? They're like closing the door fast. I'm weighing flat pedals. I'm unwilling to put in the effort to get Class C or better. I'm trying to follow you there for a second. I'm weighing pedals. I'm unwilling to put in the effort to get to Class C or better. Not fully registry reg. What exactly? I kind of understand part of what you're saying. Rather than staying with SPD, no need to lock in. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. So when you're saying you're weighing, does that mean you're testing like whether you're just going to have flat pedals on your indoor bike or not? Okay. I'll be honest, I don't know if I could do that. I'm just so used to kind of being sort of in the position that you need to be in, You know? One thing I will say that I did like about the look Clios, and I may be right or wrong on the number slightly, but I'm using the yellow SPDSLs, which is a 6 degree of float, so you have a little more wiggle room on your ankle mobility, your knee. And I think these red ones, if I'm not mistaken, they're as high as 8, if not 10. Don't quote me on that, but I think there's more play in the Keo cleats as far as your float and mobility. Because I will say that this is my first ride on these. I do feel, even though I know I got 6 degrees of float, I do feel a little more locked in than I did with these. Which is not a bad feeling. I mean, it's all my race bikes are set up that way. It kind of like helps keep a good posture, you know, for going fast. I will say I even think I feel a slight difference in the Q factor, because I think the Osiamo pedals, because of the way they design them so the power meter fits in them, they're slightly longer, which means your Q factor is like open a little bit more. I will say though, I definitely like flats on my e-bike. Because for one thing, Q factor and everything is out the door. When you're dealing with, like, between the motor and how big everything is, your Q factor is just, it's like it doesn't even matter to be locked in, so I don't mind flats and things like that. I think it just as in general though, I'm used to being locked in. Oh, well, here's a sprint that I'm missing. Looks like a short one, maybe. Oh, yeah. 20 seconds. I guess I could have gone for that one. finished in 30. Wasn't even trying to get and did double the time yet. I think I could have got that one. I think I know these sprints. I think these are all kind of fairly short, but I'm going to ignore it. We're going to ignore that guy. We're going to ignore the ego and just ride it. I don't need the sprints. A nice hill? Yeah, oh yeah, I know. You had to remind me of that one, right? Ugh. On Sunday, yeah, I think I recall doing this during a race recently. And I remember that hill because I remember I was like in the front of this group for a long time, and then I decided to go all in early to drop as many people as I could. I think ultimately I ended up getting like 4th or 5th place on that. I do know that hill well. Well, there goes another one. Let this one go. Oh. These guys again? Is it me or is it just these same guys that like, they catch up to me, slow down, catch up to me, slow down? Well, we're getting there. We're getting to that four-letter word part. The four-letter word. TB. Is that VTB? Mr. Terry Berenson himself? Is that who that was? Here comes the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm just going to find an easy zone to climb. Well, he gave me a ride on, so he might just be in the app. I don't know. You know how when you open your phone and you can give people ride-ons that are ride-on? That's what it was. I didn't actually see him. I know. Save it for the top. This is true. Oh my gosh. 6%. Why does this feel like 10? I only had that last one. I just changed it to try to get my RPM up a little more. Definitely feeling a big difference with these Shimano pedals, these shoes. I can definitely feel like a less float for sure. It's like forcing me to like kind of lock in and make sure I'm engaging my glute, you know. Kind of keep the foot ankle straight and rotate the knee out slightly and then apply pressure. I think the lady just drove up. Saved all that out of the saddle for the end. Oh. Oh my God, why am I going up? I can't U-turn. It won't let me U-turn. I should have turned down there. How are you supposed to cool down? It's all right. I'll get the heart rate down. Yeah, I think because usually in that race they make you go right, and I probably should have hit that right arrow button at that time. It's still giving me the option, but I don't know why. It's all good though. We'll get heart rate down. All right, everybody. I think I'm gonna call it quits with that. That's not bad for 4 days off the bike and coming back. So I got altogether a 90-minute ride. Yeah, I think it came back, or at least it's telling me it reconnected. Yeah, no, my stream definitely kicked out. I saw it, YouTube kicked out, and it gave me a thing. Then OBS gave me a notification that that it reconnected. Something happened in there. I don't know what happened. At least it's not dropping frames due to network like it has been doing. That's why I hate to think that it has anything to do with my settings, because here we are, I'm streaming multiple platforms, no problem. But if I want to stream on Saturday, forget it. Don't stream on Saturdays anymore. Huh?
right finger back?
I don't know.
No streaming on Saturdays. Can't stream on Saturdays anymore?
Well, I mean, that's when I have the brunt of all my problems with live streams on Saturdays. It's like I change no settings, nothing. I can stream right now. I'm streaming to Twitch and YouTube. No problems. But then when I stream on Saturdays,
Lots of problems. Is it a connection thing?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't connect to those. I mean, is it a network? Is it our network thing or?
If it was our network, why is it not giving me problems now? Why is it every Saturday? Oh yeah, there's that, I guess. You might be on to something. But that's if I don't need... The only issue with that is like the stream that I wanted to do this past weekend, which was going to be driving out to Hamas, I would have needed the satellite on my truck. I'm not quite sure how. Well, I think I got an idea. Because what I would have to do is go disconnect the Comcast modem and hook up the satellite and plug that into the router, essentially. It would be complex, I'll say that. Unless I get one of those modems like my buddy has where it takes multiple internet and bonds them through the router. Dimitri, I think you... Yeah, that would be easy. Because I could literally just run it right out the back. Right out the back. Put it on the concrete pad outside the gym door here. Connect the internet right to it, yeah. All right. I might have to consider that, especially if I don't do a stream, which right now, a lot of the streams I'm planning require the satellite. Because I don't know like when it's actually going to warm up again enough to go like outside and ride. So the streams I have in my head are all centered around going out in the truck and exploring different places. I think that's a good idea, though. I think I can make that work.
Plug the Starlink into the computer?
This one.
Into this computer?
Yeah, so since this is when I stream it, put the satellite out over there and let this thing just, bypass the router here, the whole home internet. The only place, what I'm telling them is that the only place that wouldn't work is if I'm going to drive someplace like Hamas or something. I need the satellite.
Yeah, you have to
for those remote places where
tear down all that and put it on your truck. But you're not going to be doing that anytime soon, right? Unless you go in your truck, you're not going to be doing it on your motorcycle.
No. I mean, I could probably dress warm on my motorcycle, but I don't know that I want to dress warm to be on my motorcycle to do that. Man, this hill sucks. All right, everybody, I think I am done because I'm just continuing to go up and slower. So I am done. No U-turn option yet. Oh, there's the U-turn. Now I got the U-turn. just noticed it. You must have saw it before I did. All right, everybody. That's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna call it quits. We will see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, I need to get back in here tomorrow. I need to get a couple of good days in before the weekend because, again, I haven't looked at the weather. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I definitely intend to get out for IRL live streaming, but we'll see how that goes. So, all right, everybody, I don't think we're gonna raid out or anything. I don't know that we have people to go raid, so I'm not gonna worry about a raid. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about a raid, y'all. So good night, YouTube. Good night, everybody. We will see y'all on the next one. Looks like the lady's coming in and setting up for a ride, so we just missed her.